Hi everybody, I'm Rebecca and welcome back to my kitchen. And yes, this is really my kitchen. I hope you all are staying safe out there and staying well. Today we're going to make pizza, homemade pizza. If you don't have a KitchenAid, you can make it in your bread maker, which I have done before. I just cut it in half so it's not so thick unless you like a really thick crust. You can buy homemade dough in Walmart. They sell it in a bag, let it come to room temperature and put it out and spread it out on your pan. You can also buy the crust in the pouches that you just add water to, which I use for my white pizza, which I'll show you one day. So let's start. The first thing I need is water, and it needs to be between 105 and 115. And this one's about 108. So we're right on. So we're going to put that in there. Now you need 1 package of yeast. I don't have yeast in the package, and this is like gold right now. So what you're going to do is you're going to add 2 1/4 teaspoons, and that equals 1 of the packages. So I'm going to get that kind of going and mixed up. To that, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of olive oil. If you don't have olive oil, you can use just regular oil. I'm attaching the chute to my KitchenAid, which I absolutely love. The next thing I'm going to do is add 2½ cups of flour to start. And I scoop my flour into the measuring cup, just like so. And then I kind of go across it and even it out. And I pour that in. And I'm going to let that get mixed up. And then I'm going to get ready for my second one. And I'm going to add it to the chute. And then I add my ½ cup. Now, usually mine only takes 2½ cups, but it can take up to 3. And if you're going to do that, then you just need to add it a little at a time. So I'm going to turn it up and get it going. To that, I'm going to add ½ teaspoon of salt. I use kosher salt. I like it that way. And I'm going to just let this go. And if you want to see how it's coming together, because this is what you want to watch for. It's going to stick to that dough hook like it is right now. Now we're going to time it for 2 minutes to knead it. And as you can see, it's kneading the dough. I don't need to do it, which makes it so much easier for me. Okay, everyone, as you can see, that dough stuck to that hook and kneaded that bread or this crust for me. I'm going to take it off, and the next thing I'm going to do is just take a little bit of olive oil and trace it and drip it onto the dough, kind of work it in with the dough and put it on there. And then I'm going to take a towel and I'm covering it. And I'm going to leave it covered for 1 hour. When it rises and it's ready to go, we'll come back and we'll put it all together and bake it. We'll see you then. Welcome back. It's been an hour And as you can see, my dough has risen. So I'm just going to take it down like this. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get ready to put it in my bar pan and spread it out. I had to buy a new bar pan because my first one broke, and I love them. So I'm going to spray it down with some olive oil spray. And then I'm going to spray my hands. They're clean. I washed them beforehand. And I'm going to take this dough and I'm going to spread it out. And you're going to have to work with it and get it to go in shape. And I turn my oven on 450. Follow the instructions on whichever dough you are using. This one is 450. The recipe for the dough will be down in the description. And as you can see, it went right into the pan. Now, I just bought a jar of pizza sauce here. I'm add about a teaspoon of garlic to it. And a good teaspoon of Italian seasoning. And I'm going to mix that up. And I'll pour that onto my crust and spread it around. Some people might think this is too much sauce, but it's really not, because the crust will absorb it. When I was younger, I worked at a place in Arizona called the Pizza House. Worked there for many years. I think we were there for about 4 or 5 years. Could have been longer. That was when I was in my early 20s. So now I'm going to add my pepperoni. I told you I used to work at a pizza place, and we always added our pepperoni beneath the cheese. We never put it on the top. He always said it kept the pepperoni moist and delicious, and you didn't get that crusty, burnt pepperoni. And I happen to agree with him. I prefer it outside, inside my cheese. I've been making it this way for years. But you can use and put on whatever you want. I'm using pepperoni today. You can add whatever you want. Yeah, you can use turkey pepperoni. If you're going to do ground beef and sausage, I suggest that you put your ground beef and sausage on top of your pizza so it cooks better. This is a pound of cheese, mozzarella cheese, that I myself grate. And you know, when you use this, when you use the grated, it doesn't get stringy like it does when you bite into it. It doesn't get stringy unless you grate it yourself, and that's what I like. I went ahead and did a can of black olives, which I'm going to put on. And I chopped them up in my little processor, my little hand processor. I also got some mushrooms. I love mushrooms. It's one of my favorite. And these are just regular canned. You can use fresh. You can add bell peppers, red, green, yellow, orange, whatever you want. You put on what your family likes. You know your family better than anybody. And that's what I like. I like making my own pizza. And anymore, with this, what's going around, it makes it a lot easier. Now this here is something that I'm adding for myself because my husband doesn't really care for it. And it's pico. And it's just tomatoes, onions, a little jalapeno, some cilantro is in there.
Go ahead and throw it on the whole pizza.
It's really good. It's got red onion. He said to throw it on there, so if you didn't hear him, that's what I'm going to do. I love it. It's better than some of the other things. You don't have to do all the chopping. I use that in everything. I put it in my eggs. I use it in a lot of different things. Now, I got the oven on 450. We're going to slide it in. It's going to take 15 to 20 minutes, but there's the final product. Nice, heavy. It is heavy. It's really looking good. So we're going to put it in. I'm going to go ahead and time ours for about 15 minutes. If it's not ready, I'll do it for 20. Come back and join us for the final product. Hi. Glad you came back. I'm going to take it out of the oven. It's all nice. It's all brown. Looks really good. There you go. That's my pizza. I take it out of the pan to slice it, and it should lift right out of this pan with no problem. And I'll just go ahead and slice it, and we'll have some dinner. Salt and pepper and a little shake cheese, and we're ready to go. I want to thank you for coming back to my kitchen. In the next couple videos, I'll be doing some desserts and some cookies. Hope to see you then. Have a great day. Thank you.